Okay, today we're gonna make Oysters Rockefeller. OMG, this is so exciting, guys. This is Felicia from Faith, Family, and Food. And if you want to make some delicious Oysters Rockefeller like this, stay tuned. All right, for the ingredients, we have oysters, spinach, peppers, onions, garlic, heavy cream, white wine. Let's get started. All right, so we start with a pan and we add our butter, onions, and peppers. And we go ahead and let that saute. Once those are nice and sauteed and brought together, you want to add in your spinach. Now add in a good bit of spinach now. I would say about 3 to 4 good handfuls of spinach because it's going to cook down. Now here I added salt, pepper, and garlic powder. But if you have fresh garlic, add that. I would have added fresh garlic, but I didn't have any, so I added the garlic powder. Now you see how the spinach cooked down so much? I saw that, so I added some more because I wanted a good bit of spinach in my Oysters Rockefeller. So let that cook down and add you some white wine. It doesn't matter the kind of white wine, just make sure it's a good white wine. And I added here about 2 tablespoons and let that cook off. You want the alcohol to cook off of it and leave behind the flavor. Once that cooks down, then I'll add in some cream, some heavy cream. And I'd say that's about 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. And this is for, I made about 6 oysters, so this recipe would be good for 6 oysters. But if you're going to make more, you're going to want to need more ingredients. Now, lastly, I added in some Parmesan cheese, and that's going to tie everything together. And then you let it cook for a minute or so to let the sauce thicken up. You don't want it too thick, but you do want it to have a little consistency to it, so it's not too runny. So now for a taste, and once the taste is where you want it, you can put your sauce to the side. Now, while the sauce is cooling, I start with shucking my oysters. And guys, when I tell you I had a hard time with these oysters, I'm not even going to attempt to tell you that I'm a professional at shucking some oysters. Now, I did have a oyster shucker. However, I couldn't find it, so I used a potato peeler. I don't know if that was the best thing to do, but that's what I used. But I know how you shuck them. You go from the back end and you pry open the joint in the back, and once you get it open, you use a sharp knife and you slice down the back of the oyster and you pop off the back. But easier said than done. Just use a towel or something to protect your hands from getting cut. So I did 6 here, and I had such a hard time. I was supposed to do 12, but I had such a hard time that I just stopped at 6. You guys, this was not an easy task. This part was not an easy task, but I did it. I got 6 oysters shucked. Now I add my filling in. Now you want to make sure you put a good bit in each one. You want to get all that spinach in there. Okay, once those are stuffed the way you like it, put some Parmesan on top. And that Parmesan is going to get nice and brown on top of there. Once complete, place in the oven and you will get this. Oh gosh, look at it. Now, I must say, when I took it out, I felt like it looked dry. However, there was still a lot of liquid under the bottom of the oyster. So it wasn't dry, it just looked dry on top. So what I did was put some sauce. I had some sauce left over. I put that sauce right on top of there like that. Oh gosh. And it made it just pop. And then I added some Parmesan cheese on top. And y'all, when I tell you, look at that. That's beautiful. That was a work of art. I was so excited. So when you're cooking, it doesn't always turn out perfect, but you just make the best of what you have. And when I took those out, I was almost disappointed until I put that sauce and cheese on top, and that made it. That's a little bit of parsley on top of there, and guess what? They're done. They didn't take long. The longest and hardest part was shucking those oysters. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. Oh, look at that. You see how juicy it looks? I thought it was dry, but it was so juicy. Look at that. Look at the cheese and the peppers, and I taste it, and guess what? It was awesome. It was so awesome. Oh my gosh, look at all the juice in there. And that oyster was cooked to perfection. You guys have to try this. That was so good. If you're having a party, a get together, or if you just love oysters, try it. It's good and it's easy to do. You guys, this was awesome. I enjoyed doing it, and I felt like I did something gourmet, and it was so easy. You must try it. If you try it, let me know how it turned out. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share with a friend. God bless.